Alright guys and girls, this is Jerningham here. If you live in Liverpool in the UK, coronavirus Liverpool mass testing plots fail to reach the city. So yeah.
The virus is trending in the wrong direction. Hardly any time after strong measures were taken to stop it doing exactly that. The R number for the UK rose this week to 0.9 to 1. It's still under 1, which is crucial, but it's closer to 1 than it was before. Now, obviously, this picture isn't uniform. In the northeastern
England,
Yorkshire, previously the danger areas
East England,
are
London,
now well
Midlands,
below 1.
North, East
But
Yorkshire,
it could be
North West,
above 1 in
South
London
West,
and
South
the east
East,
of England.
North Ireland,
The
Scotland and
Prime Minister
Wales.
warned today.
The problem is more now, and this is very, very important, you're seeing it taking off in London and the southeast, particularly, as you know, in the Kent area. That's extremely worrying. These numbers are going in the wrong direction in the south.
Obviously, we know it's not good news if the R is 1 or above, but to understand what that means in context, it's helpful to look at this graph from the Office for National Statistics. You can see infections in England are slowing, but not very fast, and they're still relatively high. Now, having R at 1 means you effectively just carry on at this level up here. You're basically accepting a certain level of cases and hospital admissions and, sadly, deaths. When R is 1, the absolute level matters a great deal. And unfortunately, this lockdown, which started about there, didn't do that nearly as much as the first. Here's the same graph for Wales, and you can see the lockdown didn't push infections down in a lasting way here either. It certainly had an effect. It paused infections, but look, over here, they rebounded really sharply. Even though the official R is about 1, you can see why Mark Drayford has said that it could be as high as 1.4, and why he's warning there might be tough new measures to come.
If the strengthened measures of last week and the extra actions of this week, together with the efforts each and every one of us need to make, if those measures do not succeed in turning the tide of the virus, then it is inevitable that we will have to consider a move to alert level 4 immediately after Christmas.
Alert level 4 in Wales is basically equivalent to lockdown. The English government really wants to avoid that, so it has a different answer to the problem of rising infections: mass testing. But that has issues. I've got hold of a leaked copy of the first official assessment of the mass testing pilot in Liverpool. It's not a scientific study, but it does contain some very interesting findings. Here's the key slide, and it has some stark warnings. It says the hardest to reach people, that's with LFT, that's with these new rapid lateral flow tests, the hardest to reach were young, male, deprived and digitally excluded. And the uptake was almost twice in the least deprived decile compared with the most deprived. In other words, the richest people got twice as many tests as the poorest. And experts I spoke to said these screening programs were for affluent people who wanted reassurance, not people who really needed testing. We asked the Department for Health if they wanted to comment, and they didn't get back to us. But with 67 local authorities expected to start testing soon, the government is placing a lot of weight on mass testing. It's their answer to the hardest question of all of this: how do you stop COVID without going into lockdown?
Very true. Anyway, guys and girls, I better end this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Give it a like, give it a comment with your friends, and thanks for joining me. See you next video. Peace.